is December 2nd, 2020, and it's approximately 10:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today we're discussing, I'm sorry guys. First of all, welcome to Dream a Little Dream Inspiration. And today, my name is Valarna, and we have a special guest by the name of
Eli.
He's my
AKA Star Virgo. That's what people call me, my nickname.
And this is my youngest son, Mr. Eli, aka Mr. Smiley. And that's my nickname for him. How you doing today? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Me too. I'm a little tired today. I don't know why. I just feel so exhausted. But anyhow, today is Vlogmas 2, day 2. And today is this is episode 4. And we're talking about, today we're going to discuss trust. And we're going to discuss what trust is, and we're going to build up on our conversation and what it means.
What does it mean?
Right. So, Eli, can you tell me what trust means, the word trust?
All right. Without further introduction, let's go. All right, so trust. Number 1, firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something.
So it's I'm so sorry, guys. So the word trust means firm believer. I'm sorry. It means, I'm so sorry, firm believer in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. So when you build trust, you build in to believe what they're saying. You go by their actions, right?
Like what they mean.
When you talk about trust, you're talking about their actions, their capability. I'm so sorry, guys. You're building on when you trust someone, you're building on their truth, right? Their truth with you, your relationship is still building that bond and that rapport. So you're going to believe what they're saying to you, right? You're going to hold them accountable, right? Yeah. And you're going to build integrity, tell them the truth. You're going to have faith in them, right? Yeah. And you're going to have, and faith means to have what?
Have like confidence.
Confidence or hope in them, right? You're going to go by what they say to you, and you're going to believe it. But until otherwise, it could prove on the contrary, right? They could tell you one thing and it'd be another, and they put up what they call this facade. When I say facade, putting up a facade is not meaning you're telling the opposite. You're not telling the truth. You're being dishonest, right?
Yeah.
And when you're not being truthful, there's consequences. There's effects that occur, right? And that's how when people lose the bond or the rapport that you built together, that's how people lose that with you. They don't believe anything you say. Anything you say, they're going to believe on the contrary. You lost that bond and that trust and that faith in one another. They have faith in you, but when you prove until otherwise that you were being dishonest and disloyal, it tells you, it tells you that their truth was never your truth. Your truth is your truth, but their truth was something
like the opposite.
It was the opposite. They're not living right, are they?
No.
And when you start living your life like that, it causes chaos, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've encountered Mr. Eli in my time, in my experience. I've encountered people my problem these days with people is trust. And I know people are human, people make mistakes. And I believe that people could they could shake it around and come around to it and change, right? People could change and transform.
Like their feeling.
They could change, right? But when you see, my problem is when people are being disloyal and dishonest. And that's a problem for me. And I don't like that. I just try to live my life. I know I'm not perfect. We all not perfect. But you just live it to the best of your ability. But when you start off with someone like that, you build that ladder you created to be something more than what it is, astronomical, habitual habit you created. It's this monstrosity of lies. It's a problem, right?
Yeah, and it can really affect on people.
Yeah, it affects on people in a way it's heavy on someone, right? Because you having this person in my times, I have people that said one thing, and then I watch their actions. I keep coming around and I observe them, and then When it come to find out, it's the opposite of what they say, and their actions prove to me dishonesty, and it proves something different. And is that fair?
No.
And when I've been telling, excuse me, when I've been telling the truth the whole time, that's unfair. And how dare you do something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't like stuff like that. I don't like my mother said, I don't like nobody lying to me. Don't lie to me. I hate that word. I hate it. Lying is bad. I don't like people. I like people to be trustworthy and truthful because I'm a trusting and trustworthy individual. I don't like to lie because I think there's consequences you suffer, and it's called karma. And my cousin Porky used to say I'm from Stamford, Connecticut again. He used to say as a little boy, he was like 7 years old. My cousin Peter, aka Porky, he used to say, Val, when we was little, he said, he used to say, I'm sorry, guys. He used to say, what goes around, he used to snap his little finger, comes right back around. And was he right? He was not but a 7-year-old little boy saying that. And he saw right through things. And he told my grandmother that. And ever since my cousin Peter, aka Porky, said that, I started seeing life differently. And that little gentleman, that young fella, he was wise at his own age, right? He said, what goes around, I'm going to tell you how he did it. He did this. He said, what goes around comes right back around.
Oh, so what you're saying is like he's kind of just strategic.
What he was saying, Eli, was what you do would affect you, and it will come to bite you. And it affects you and affect those around you. Whatever you do, it'll follow you, right? It's like creating a trail. And when you trust somebody, you got to be able to believe what they say. But karma causes consequences, bad karma, right? If you live in your life being truthful and you trying to build a rapport for people to make it it's not being believable to people, but people know where you're coming from. They see the trait within you that you're honest. They understand you. And they could vibe with you. They'll be gladly to be around you and happy around you, right? And they'll want to, socialize with you. They want to spend time with you. But when you're being dishonest and loyal to people, that doesn't paint a pretty picture. It paints an ugly picture. And I hate to use the word ugly, but it's a monster. It becomes this big old monstrosity.
That just comes around. All right, you're forgetting one thing though.
What am I forgetting, baby?
Make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell so you can never miss an upload for Dream a Little Dream Inspirations channel. And you saw the last video how it talked about it, so please check it out. And yeah, please subscribe. It means a lot.
Okay, so let's finish. How do you feel about Eli? What does trust mean to you?
Alright, so I'm going to tell my side now. So what trust means to me is about how you have to be able trustworthy, because like when you're dealing with somebody in your life, like a friend, family member or something, like whatever thing it is, it kind of you create a bond with them to see if they're telling the truth, or sometimes they might just be lying, like they're telling one thing that doesn't mean the other way around.
Okay, so you're saying their actions speak louder than words. And what they be saying, they're saying one thing and they do another, right?
Yeah.
And then when you catch them, that's the craziest thing. They feel guilty. They want to be, and they try to put it back on you, right? And you be like, this is what you told me, right? You told me this and you told me that. I'm only going by what you gave me. Whatever you've given me and provided to me and fed me like a spoon feeding, feeding a little baby. What you gave me, I ate what you said, right? And a baby is just like a baby. I hate to use this. I'm using analogies. And when you feed that baby and then you gave her that baby that type of food and then you telling the baby, oh, you're going to eat sweet peas and you giving her squash. She's like, I'm not going for no squash because you told me that you was going to give me green beans, but you gave me squash. So that's what I'm saying with people. What I'm saying is, in retrospectively, whatever you put out in the atmosphere
comes right around.
And whatever you put out is whatever it's going to be. And if it's negative and has a negative a negative, if it's
integrity.
No, it's not negative. I can't get the word of what I'm thinking about. But if it has a negative, it has this negative picture you created, it's going to create grizzly bears and hairy bears, right? It means it's going to pick something ugly, and then people ain't going to believe. People aren't going to believe what you're saying to them, right? If you're telling them the truth and you say, "Is this is this is this," they're going to trust you, and they're going to go with your word. And like they said, word is bond, right? Whatever you say, it is what it is, right? But trust, you have to build trust with one another, and that's when you have a child, you gotta teach your children to believe you, and you gotta live your life to be honest, right? You gotta be loyal. You gotta live it in the best way you see fit to live it, right?
Yeah.
And then when you get older, whatever you instill in your children is what they're gonna go by what they see. Children mimic what they see. And they're gonna trust and know that what you're saying and what you've instilled them is correct, right? And I know life is not perfect and people make mistakes, but building trust is for people to believe in you, and to pay and to be honest and being
So you can
truthful.
believe in yourself.
Yeah, and it's believing in your self-worth. And again, it stems back to self-worth and loving yourself, right? And then you got this tier of trust. You got self-worth, loving yourself, and then you loving yourself and others, loving everything around you in your environment and atmosphere. And then it goes up to trust. And that's how you build the trust. All that runs together. You see what I'm saying?
It's like a tree.
It's just like a tree branch. We building up on it. It's a pyramid. We building, boom, self-worth, boom, love, boom, rapport, and building rapport and a bond. Then you go trust. That's what connects with, intertwines with trust. You got to trust. Learn to trust yourself and love yourself. Right? So sorry, guys. If you don't have trust, then you don't have anything, and nobody's gonna believe you, and they're not gonna want to be around you. They're not gonna believe nothing you say to them, and it's not like they say, word is not gonna be bond, and they're not gonna believe nothing you say to them. Whatever you speak out, whatever you put out into the atmosphere, they're gonna look at you differently, and they're gonna say, well, you said this, Valarna, or Eli, you said that, and then your actions prove something otherwise differently. They're going to say, well, you're not the person who I thought you was, and they ain't going to want to be around you. Is that a good face or to live life like that? Is that good, Eli?
No, because they're not going to be around you. Like, nobody's going to be hanging around you because they're not going to think like you're not
They can't rely on
trustworthy.
you. That's again, you're not honest and you're not reliable to them. That's when it goes back to that, when we said it was reliability, right? And they're not going to have no faith in you. They ain't going to have no hope in you. If you live your life being honest and loyal, and that's how people trust you. They're going to say, well, Valarna, I know one thing about Valarna. When she comes around with everything she says to me is the truth. And when she say things, she say what she means what she say, right? And they're going to say, well, Eli, he tells me, for example, this is an example. Eli tells me the truth sometimes, and some days I don't have any hope in him because he's not telling me the truth. He's not, like, for instance, your teacher said, Eli, did you do your homework? And then she knows generally you speak and you do it. And then a few times you told her, you lied to her, telling her that you did it and you didn't. You sitting in class completing it. That tells her that you lied and you never did your homework, right? Is she going to believe you? No, because what you started out with, you put out with. You keep making it a pattern, and it's what they call a pattern, and making it a habit, becoming a habit. It causes problems if you keep something up that way. And whatever you start off, somebody is going to finish that way, right? And trust, you got to trust. We have to have trust. We have to trust our children. We have to trust ourselves first. You got to trust yourself. You got to have faith and hope in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. Speak it into your life in existence, right? Am I right, Eli?
Right.
And you got to build up on that. Once you trust yourself, then you move past that. You could trust yourself. Then you got to trust what you're saying. And then people, whatever you put out into the atmosphere and the environment, people will trust you. Then they'll start trusting you. That's building, again, that bond and that rapport. And then once you build that bond and that rapport, and if you're telling the truth, you start to grow and manifest, right? You'll start growing and people will believe what you say. And if you saying one thing, you doing another on the contrary, they're not going to believe you because you're being dishonest to yourself, first of all, when you're being disloyal, right? You're being dishonest to yourself. And then you being dishonest, once you deceive yourself, you deceiving those around you and those who associate with you and socialize around you in your circle, right? And ain't nobody gonna believe you, and they ain't gonna take you for serious. And they're gonna think you're very immature, which that can occur. And then they're not gonna want to be around your presence. It gives off something.
Reliable.
Yeah, you're not reliable, because I wouldn't. When people are dishonest with me, I don't want to be around them. I don't want that kind of energy. I want positive energy. I don't want new negativity. I just want to grow, prosper, right? And that's what trust is. Trust is to prosper, transform, and building a bond rapport, and just to know what your capabilities of and what you're reliable for your own actions, right? Again, actions speak louder than words. When you don't have actions and you're living your life to prove to yourself and that you're telling the truth, that's faith and hope, right? In order for you to have faith, you have to have hope and you believe in yourself. And that's when it starts. It all starts with you having faith in yourself, having faith and being reliable for your own actions. But if you being on the contrary, being deceiving people, it's not going to work for you. You're not, and then it's called what you got. You're going to build up habits and
cause problems
and cause havoc in your life and cause deception. You're going to deceive them. You deceive yourself for one, and that's not respecting yourself. And then those around you, if you can't deceiving yourself, what makes you think you're going to deceive people? People feeling that you're going to deceive them, right? They're not trustworthy of you. They don't trust anything you say to them, right? And that goes a long way. I don't like people. As you can see, I keep going on, but I do not like no one deceiving me. Do you like that, Eli?
No, because they're saying like they're like just not telling you like briefly to you, but they mean like the other word. Like they're not being very honest.
I just don't like to be. One thing I have a problem with is people when they blow my trust. Not my trust, they blow their trust. When they blow their trust, I'm done with you at that point. I give you like they say, I give you 3 strikes. And if you blow those 3 decisions and chances, I'm done with you. I don't have nothing to do with you. I'm done. I'm one and done. I'm sorry. I don't like nobody lying to me, deceiving me. I do not like it. It bugs me. It drives me wild. But when you create this deception monstrosity, I have no words for you. I don't like people to deceive me. I don't like it. No be lie. No be lie means true talk. Sorry. I don't like it. I don't like nobody deceiving me. I want to be able to trust you. I give people the benefit of the doubt. When you give people the benefit of the doubt, and then they give them, like my mom said, you give them so much rope and they run with it and hang themselves, then that's when you lose it. They hang themselves, you be done with them. You just move on with your life and continue to be honest with yourself and keeping your integrity, and then you keep moving on, right? And you live in your life and you don't be around those people who are negative and dishonest and disloyal. And people like that, you keep your distance and like my mom said, feed them with a wooden handle spoon. You feed them with a wooden handle spoon. You do that.
Because keep your physical reaction away from them.
You just stay away from them. I can't be around people like that. I can't do it. I'm sorry. You probably got a lot of reaction onto this topic because I do not like deception and I don't like nobody lying to me. I hate to use the word lying. I don't like nobody fibbing to me, telling me lies, and that just loses my trust with you altogether. And they hang themselves with it when they the same rope that they created, they start pulling with, they hung themselves and put it around their neck. I hate to say it like that. They really hang themselves. I don't like people who deceive me. I try to teach my kids to be honest, and I can't do it. I only know one way is to be honest. And I know everybody tell little grizzly bears and hairy bears like my mom used to say, and tell fibs. But you human, but if you continue to live your life like that, nobody's going to trust you. And they're not going to have any faith or hope in you. They're going to say, I'm not even going to deal with somebody who's acting like that or with that behavior. They're not going to be around you. And that's bad. That is bad.
Hang, like around you.
They don't want to socialize with you.
Be around you for what you're doing.
They're just not going to want to be bothered. Who wants to be around energy or give energy to that? Not me, do you? No, sir, I don't want it. No, sir, Mr. Eli. But again, trust is very important. Trust, and loving yourself and self-worth goes hand in hand with yourself. It all starts with you. First, you got to trust yourself, and then you got to trust those around you. and those around you. Whatever you put out in the atmosphere is the energy you create. And if you create a
And
dishonest, huh?
And gave to that thing.
Gave to what?
Gave to that person, like what you've done.
Whatever you put out is what it is. And if you live your life like that, more power to you. With me, I try to be the best person I can be, and I'm not perfect, but I don't like telling people tales. I call them tales or fibs. That's bad. That's not good. No, 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 no. That's what I'm not about here. But what I'm saying is you got to build trust. And once you build your actions prove louder than words, and it speaks to me, then, I believe you. And then we keep going from there. We keep growing and building rapport, and then keep moving up the escalator of life and elevation, right? We keep elevating
Motivating yourself.
Yeah, and then at a high altitude, then we can have built this beautiful relationship, and we're cool. Whether it's family, friends, and my children, and I believe everybody should live their life being truthful and living their life to be true to their self. You got to be true to yourself.
In their own perspective.
From their own perspective, right?
Yeah.
And live it to the best, what you know best, right? But you got to trust. You got to trust yourself. It all starts with your self-worth, loving yourself, then trusting yourself. You got to trust yourself. Then once you could trust yourself, then you could trust those around you. And whatever you put out into the atmosphere, it'll speak volumes. It'll speak volumes, and people will believe you, and you can live a good life.
You can communicate with them.
Right. But when you communicate, I'm so sorry. When you communicate and you elevate and you manifest, you create a better life. And when you live in your life the truth, right? But you got to live your life for you and only you, but you got to be honest with yourself. When you create on the contrary, to be dishonest and disloyal, nobody's want to be around you. They don't want to give no energy to you. They don't have time for it. And these times and days,
or they just don't want to be bothered.
Right, they don't want to be bothered with you. Because if somebody lie to me, I'm done. I'm done. Sometimes I give you 3 strikes, but if you come up with these whoppers, I'm 1 and I'm done. That's it. Point blank. Period. Boo. I don't like it. You can see when I talk about trust, woo, my eyes get like this, and I got a lot to say about trust. And I think we all been there, honey, about trust. Trust, you have to be honest. And the only way you're going to excel and elevate and manifest and people to believe you and you be trustworthy is if you live your life to your own truth and being true to yourself. It starts with the foundation of being you.
Well, can I say something?
Go ahead, baby. You can speak.
All right,
sure.
So what she means is true though, but everybody once a few times though, but you don't have to do it all the time because it causes bad problems.
Do what? What are you saying?
Because I know we've been there, we all what she's saying is true because lies don't help anything but just solves mystery and stuff.
Right. Anything else you have to say, Mr. Eli?
Mystery stuff. But you got to keep on growing, getting better so you don't do it again. You don't make that mistake.
Right. It's called changing and transform and transition. You have to transition to move in the elevator. Elevate, right? That's elevation, right?
Yes.
That's moving up. And then once people trust you, they trust you. But if you create this monstrosity of lies and deception and deceit, you're not going to have no good luck. Karma. And what's going to follow you is karma. Karma, with like my cousin Peter, a.k.a. Porky, used to say from Stamford, Connecticut. As a little boy, he used to do his little hands. What goes around comes right back around. And he was right. He was only 7 years old now. I think I was 6 years old. And I was looking at him and I said, Grandma, again, I'm going back to my grandmother, Dallas. Grandma, what do you mean? What does he mean by it? She said, baby, what your cousin Porky saying is, what goes around comes around. And whatever you do is called karma. That's what she told me. And she said, baby, whatever you do, it's going to come back to you and it's not going to be good. And she said, your cousin Porky, my grandson, didn't say any better than, I feel like he's been here before. She said, how did he know to say something like that? And she just looked at him and she said, man, my grandson Porky is so smart. And she said, he said it the best way, and that is karma. And she said, told me is, and I learned what karma was. Karma is what goes around, comes around. It's a 360 circle. And I remember my cousin Porky said that too. He said it's like a 360-degree circle. One, it moves this way, and then it rotates and go that way. So whatever you put out is what you're going to get put in. What's going to come back to affect you. It's a cause and it's effect, right?
Yeah.
And that's what trust is. If you do live your life in truth and be in people to trust you, then it's going to be good things to happen to you.
Like the effect, like the reaction will be good.
Yeah, the reaction is going to be good. But when you're breaking that bond of trust and lies and deceit and deception, you asking for karma, and things going to happen to you, negative things. You're going to have negative things, reactions, and things happen to you. It could come in your health. It can come in just doing things. Things are not going to work out for you. And I'm not going to even get into that. Whatever you believe, it's whatever you believe. But that's what I believe. Bad things happen to you. And I'm not saying things don't happen, but I'm just saying, just try to be the best person, what I'm saying, and just live your life accordingly. And when you do right, people, you get good things happen to you. And people trust you, and then they'll build, and they want to be around you. You just want to be good, and you be good to, and we
just keep on growing that
and you're going to keep growing. And again, you're going to keep building, and you're going to keep growing and loving and manifesting and elevating. But, I'm not going to get in religious backgrounds or whatever you believe, but that's what I believe in. And you're just going to keep elevating in life, and life is going to be beautiful. You're going to create this beautiful life for yourself. And people are going to be able to trust what you say, and they're going to say, I believe what Valarn is saying. I believe what Eli is saying, because Eli lives his life in the truth, because he's been, since a little boy, he's been living his life to be truth, and Valarn his mother's been teaching him and instilling him, he's been to live the truth and be who you are. Be truth to thy own, like they say, be true to thy own self, be true, right? You got to be truth. If you're not true, you ain't going to live your life right. I'm sorry. Point blank, period. And we're not going for that. We want a good life, and we just want to be good, right?
Like good effects won't happen for you.
Yeah, you want things to be good, and you want to live happy. You want to be free. You want to fly like that butterfly. You want to just be free, transform and change and grow. You want to grow. You want to keep elevating, right? Elevation. That's beautiful. And that's how I like to live my life.
Just like evolving.
Yes, I just want to evolve, grow, build on what I know, and not create mistakes and not learning from them. You live and you learn. You're human, right? We're human. You live and you learn. But if you don't learn from that mistake, you're going to keep bumping your head on that wall. And you're going to just hit your head on that wall. Bam. Bang. Bang. Bam. And then you're going to hit a dead end. And you don't want no dead end. And it's just like, what do I do next? Because you keep telling and created this bad monster, like I keep saying, this big old monstrosity of a lies that you created, that you didn't realize you can't even dig yourself back out of. But one thing I know that you could be forgiven. And then when you forgive people, when people forgive you, you just got to, again, it goes back to building that trust. And then once you could change it, though. You could change it. You can change it. Am I right, Eli?
But it all depends on you. Like,
yeah. If you change him, and then you change perspective for being deceptive and deceitful, you could turn around in a few years down the line, or that's up to you. Pretty much it's up to you if you want to change, make that change. If you change your persona and what you didn't do to correct it from your mistakes, learn it from them.
What you engaging.
Yeah, if you change it and you want to change that for yourself because you want to do it. It's mind over matter, but I'm not going to even get to that. But if you want to change people, and then they know that previously in your lifetime, you told deceitful lies, they're going to, and they see that you're changing it because you want to change it. It's all up to you, right? And they see you change it, they'll start trusting you. And then once they start changing you, you see it changing yourself first. You got to change for yourself. And then once you change for yourself, they'll see the change in you. And they'll see you start magnifying and elevating too. So life is a bunch of bowl of grapes. You just got to know which one to pick. And you just got to keep it real. Keep it real. Be honest with yourself. Love yourself. Okay? But that's all I have. I know I went on a lot. This is the longest vlog, but that just hurts my heart. I don't like people, you know, I like to trust people, and I give people the benefit of the doubt. When they deceive me and prove otherwise by their actions differently to me, oh, that's when I cut you off. I'm done. I'm one and done. And then I look at you differently. I don't say much to you, no conversation. I don't give no energy to you. That means I see something within you that's not right. And I don't want it around me. Am I right? Do you feel like that?
Yeah.
Mr. Eli? Yeah. But that's all I have for you. But just look, be truthful. I'm sorry, be truthful and trustworthy. And I know this was the longest vlog, but
Be always. And one more thing though.
you just don't cut me off, please. But just trust, build trust, and be honest with yourself. Start with being honest with yourself and trusting yourself. Then you start trusting your family, your friends, and whoever you associate with or socialize with. And then once they can trust you, then you live a good life, and then life will trust you.
Kind
And
of
then
like
it'll
that butterfly from
yeah,
last
it'll be a
episode.
beautiful thing again. You can metamorphosize into something beautiful, right? But I don't have much to say, but just be good to yourself and be trustworthy and truthful. Don't be deceptive and don't be fibbing, telling little grizzly bears hairy tales. I don't like it. I don't like it. No, 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 no. That's not what we do here. I teach my boys and I instill in them to be truthful and honest and trustworthy. Be true to thyself. Be true to thyself. I'm sorry, I got it twisted. Dang it. Be true to thyself, right? Anything else we got to say, Eli?
No. Hope you enjoyed. This was another Vlogmas video, and I hope you liked it. And please make sure you like the video because it means a lot, and it was very nice how she was talking about trust, and those things actually do. So keep in mind. So make sure you just learn from that and just start doing it, and keep on pushing.
That's right. And again, this is the end of our vlog. If I put a smile on your face, I'm so sorry. If I put a smile on your face, that makes it worth my while, and that makes me feel worth my while. I'm doing my job. I'm so sorry. I can't give it. I'm so exhausted today. I'm so sorry. But if I did my job in making you smile, that makes me feel good. And that's coming from my heart. Everything I speak comes from my heart. I love you and I love everyone. And that's just who I am. And I'm here just to inspire you and just to tell you, I know I'm not perfect. I don't have a book of life, but I'm just telling you to be your level best. But again, take out information, take what you want out the video or the episode, and you build on your life and take what you need. And if you take all of it, that makes it all worth the while for me and for you. And you can put a smile on my face, and as well as yourself and those around you. But I really appreciate you. I love you guys. And again, always please remember to always manifest in God's greatness or blessings. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks
for watching.
Bye. And please leave a comment if you like to, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we thank you. And again, this concludes Vlogmas 2. And bye, guys.
Bye.